We view the Khaya as our flagship camper. It is the ultimate overland solution. The Khaya is a drive-on, drive-off camper. It's an ideal two-sleeper that doubles as a compact four-sleeper unit. We designed and developed the Khaya with the idea that we would build an expedition camper that would practically cover all the needs you may have when heading into remote wildernesses for long periods of time. So as you can see on the Khaya, or you'll notice, the cupboards on the side actually flare out and away from the camper. And the reason behind that is that we wanted to be able to retain the option of the side recovery cupboards while at the same time not taking away too much interior space. Now when we pop them up, we've still got our recovery on this side, but we're utilizing space a little bit further out. But on the inside, we've still got the same sort of space available to us inside, which creates more space internally, and you'll see just now exactly how well that works for us. Front side of that, we've gone back to the storage, so we flare back in, and we've got internal storage. And on the Khaya, we use this space as our shower point. Our shower literally pulls out the side here, and we can zip open our shower cube, drop the shower cube here, and shower in privacy right next to the van. We normally throw down a mat just to keep your feet clean while you're showering inside, and it works really well. So on the left side of the truck, we then offer the kitchen side. So similar principle, we flare the cupboard out, which obviously gives you a little bit more storage space while not stealing from the interior space. Also, again, nice and simple, flush mount locks, center flex hinge, so no water runs back into the camper cupboard. And then you just literally pop open your cupboard. You've got lights fitted to the cupboard door, so that throws lighting into the camper if you need it. And your full equipped kitchen cupboard there to cater for 4 people. So you've got all that you might need from the point of view of cups and plates and drinking and the likes, along with some added storage. So we use canvas storage doors up front, keeps the weight down, so it's nice, keeps the dust, keeps the food and things that you may pack into here in its place. On the front side of that is just a bit more pantry storage space, so you can pack a bit more of your food and gear into this front cupboard forward of that. Right, so under the front side or the overhang of the Khaya, full-size camping table that you just pop out into the campsite, and you have your table ready to use at any given time. If you look back at that, you can see the brackets that are in my hand here. These brackets are mounted front and rear, and these are part of the leg brackets. So these brackets allow you to attach the legs to the camper when you want to drive the truck out from underneath it. Top side, we put the shadow awning on, and of course we always fit the shadow awnings to our campers where possible. And on the Khaya, you can even add the sidewall kit, which would then add a room to the whole camper itself. So that also is a great feature that is basically a standard fitment to the Khaya camper. Following around the back end of it, okay, here we have the molly plate fitted to the rear end of the camper. So the molly plate is basically a multi-optional plate because it allows us to fit things like jerry can holders, gas bottle holders, anything that you may want to bolt to it can be bolted to the molly plate at the back. So bolted to the molly plate here, we have the pneumatic lifters. And the pneumatic lifters are specifically here to assist you to help lift the roof. And the reason for this is that you may have loaded a lot of extra gear onto the roof and you struggle to lift the roof. Well, the pneumatic lifters can assist you with that. So at the back end here, we've got taps left and right. And the purpose behind these is simple. We run a fresh water gravity feed tap off the back of the camper. And I say gravity feed because we have a 70-liter water tank up front, hidden well out of the way behind the fridge. But on top of that, we also have a water pump that feeds through by the shower. However, I always love to fit a gravity feed tap just in the event that something mechanical should fail. So we always have the option of gravity feed water off the back, and it's always so useful when you want to come and just wash your hands, grab a drink of water. It's always there, readily available to use. On the right side, we have the grey water tap. Now the grey water tap is specifically here for the purpose that should you have installed the internal sink, in certain parts you may not drain that grey water on the floor. So I'm standing on the roof of Khaya, and as you can see, there's some accessories fitted up here on the roof. So first up, front side, I've got the roof tray. The roof tray is fitted between the 2 load bars that are mounted off the mounting tracks on the roof. What I love about the roof tray is that it is a tray that's bolts neatly between the load bars, so you almost don't know it's there. So it's nice and streamlined, but you have the ability to be able to load wood or extra equipment onto the roof tray up top here. Backside of that, we fitted a solar panel which feeds into the electrical system, and front side of that is the roof box. When you go into the bush, you always need to be able to carry your own firewood, and there's always a problem as to where to put the firewood. The roof box solves that problem. And on top of that, it also works incredibly well if you need to bring rubbish out of the bush, because there's often not a place to stash your rubbish. You don't want to throw it in the back of your truck, especially if it's a camper. So the roof box also doubles as that. The beautiful thing is that we've got a single lever locking action on the roof box. Now, the single lever means that you're not scuttling from one side of the vehicle to the other in order to try and open the roof box. Practical side of it is it flips open easily, and there's plenty of space. You can fit at least 3 ammo boxes inside of this. As you can see up here, we've used this space to also fit our MaxTrax roof tray. And that sits on top of the lid of the roof box, so it keeps your MaxTrax nice out of the way but easily accessible with a quick release system, so you can access your MaxTrax whenever you need. Right, so left and right of the roof box, we've got jerry can holders fitted. So what we've done in order to be able to fit the roof box to the roof is that we put cargo rails onto the roof, and our load bars fit neatly onto the cargo rails. On top of the load bars, we fitted the roof box. But the added feature that we have, that left and right of the roof box, we're able to fit jerry can holders. So the jerry can holders pack or bolt neatly left and right of the roof box. Now, I am an advocate of taking a jerry can into the bush, because you never know when you may need to carry that little bit of extra fuel. So it's vitally important that you should always carry at least 1 jerry can along on your journey. So this works perfectly to, again, keep the jerry cans well out of the way and neatly packed to the side of the roof box. So this is where we access into the top bunk, the top bed as we call it. This bed's long enough to take a person of about 2 meters in length, so it's nice and spacious. But what's also great about this space is that it allows somebody to stay in bed while their partner jumps down below and makes their partner a nice cup of coffee. So I'm sitting in the back of Khaya, and I thought I'd just give you a quick demonstration as to how the whole thing kind of fits together. First up, we've got the little interior table, and that just, it's on a swivel bracket, so it can swing around, so it swings between you and your partner, and you can sit opposite one another, play some cards, or eat dinner at the table here, and it works very nicely for that. Alternatively, you can swing it out the way, and then you can access your fridge down below. So the fridge down below, we've got a nice big 90-litre fridge. The beauty of having a 90-litre fridge is that if you're traveling with a family of 4, you really do need a big storage space for cold goods. So a 90-litre fridge is a must-have, in my opinion. So that works perfectly in that space. On the other side here, we have the chairs. So the chairs sit either side. We've got left and right. We can actually physically pack 2 chairs left, 2 chairs right, and it neatly packs these little front runner chairs well out the way, and they slot in there. They don't move around. They're nicely locked into place, and if you take them out, you can actually physically drop down a little flap, and this becomes part of the bottom bed. Right, so I've set up the bottom bed. Really what I've done is I've taken the mattresses, set them all up across the base here, so you can actually physically lie down below. So what happens is that we zip the front cupboard open, which is where we store the extra mattresses. We use those mattresses to form a full mattress over the base of the bed area over here. And therefore you can now sleep feet right into the base of the cupboard. And I'm 6'1", and I will fit in here quite comfortably with my partner. And you've got enough space to lie, both of you down below, while the children tend to sleep up above. Although this is the smaller bed, we always get hijacked out of this bed. Front side of here, we have the cupboard that stores the mattresses. So that's the cupboard area that you would zip away. Or alternatively, on this side, down below, left and right, we have the ammo boxes. You can take up to 4 ammo boxes, depending on whether you choose to go with a sink on the top. You may have to drop 1 ammo box for that space, but literally the ammo boxes fit side by side, one opposite the other. So you fit 4 ammo boxes underneath for added storage for clothing and the like. So you've still got the covered space up front. Or alternatively, you could pack into this area here, grab your bag, and go and put it in the car when you arrive at your destination. So there's still plenty of packing space. And in fact, you can still pack on top of this lot as well if you need to.